Yo, what's up, everybody? What's good? What's good? It's your boy Thurgy Thurg. Hey guys, sorry that for I'm doing this ghetto video on the phone. I don't have time to really do my regular setup or anything like that because the final Smash reveal is tomorrow. I've been working all day. But yeah, guys, so I just came up with this really crazy idea in the shower. I I genuinely believe that I know who the final Smash character is going to be. So, if you look on like Sakurai's Twitter, he keeps saying it's going to be a celebration of gaming, and then in Japanese, he goes up and says, "Hey, you may not know who this character is, or it may not be a character you're expecting, but please watch." And blah blah blah. And then he's like going in English, and he's like saying, then he's like going up there, and then he's like telling people, even if you don't even play Smash Brothers, please watch this. Which makes me think that this character isn't going to be a first party character. At first, I know this character is not a first party character. I'm about to say, but at first, my prediction was that it's going to be a Meteos character. It was going to be that puzzle game that Sakurai worked on. I was thinking that at first, but what Sakurai saying that he keeps saying it's a celebration of gaming, and then he keeps saying you may not know this character who this character is, but or you may not expect it, but please watch. So it makes me think that I so it makes me think of two things. My second guess, before I tell you my first, my secondary like guess is Master Chief. Because Master Chief, even though he's extremely iconic, he's a pop culture icon. He's a pop culture icon in the West, in America, not in Japan. He's probably obscure in Japan because Xbox sells like booty cheeks over in Japan. Japan's not the Japanese audience. The mainstream Japanese audience isn't too crazy into FPS. Sure, you have FPS fans over in Japan, Sakurai included. Sakurai loves FPS games. I saw I'm sick, but I don't think like that's my thing. Is it's odd. He's telling the Japanese audience, you may not know this character. Okay, Master Chief. They don't. Japan doesn't really rock with Xbox. And then another thing that's making me think that it could be Master Chief is he's telling the like. Then he's like, I believe in English. I believe to the American audience. He's saying even if you don't play Smash Bros, watch this trailer. Every American, bro. I swear, anybody who's American knows what Halo is. So even if you don't even play Smash Brothers, Master Chief in Smash is crazy. To see him finally duke it out with Mario, Sonic the Hedgehog, and stuff is nuts. Even though, and then another thing that I'm thinking also is the fact that Microsoft really could benefit from playing Master Chief in Smash, because this is the best promotion over Japan that Halo could get. Because Halo Infinite is about to come out, and even though Master Chief really, even though Halo doesn't really need that much promotion over in the West, in Japan, this is going to introduce a lot of people over to Halo. Because one thing I was thinking about also with Banjo Kazooie's Banjo Kazooie's that presentation, there's of course there's that part when Sakurai is like, you can play Banjo Kazooie on Xbox. Okay, but seriously though, go please play Banjo Kazooie on Xbox. Yeah, it was that part. Dog, but like I think there's no the best way I think of promoting Xbox is you getting Mr. Xbox himself, Master Chief, put him in Smash, which is a really popular game in Japan, of course. Even though what if I was to tell you that Master Chief, even though also making him last, it would be probably because then his tagline could be finished. Master Chief finishes the fight, and then it could be that it would break the internet. I think he would be perfect for a gaming celebration type character. But what if I was to tell you that That Master Chief isn't my first choice though. Actually, my first choice is a character that's extremely iconic, but no one would ever think of him for Smash. And that character is Space Invader. Yeah, you heard me right. Space Invader, like a character from Space Invaders. Hear me out. I'm gonna give you a little history lesson. If it wasn't for Space Invaders, you probably wouldn't have. You probably would have barely any of your favorite games ever, because all of the developers like Shigeru Miyamoto, Master Sakurai, a lot of those guys were inspired by Space Invaders. Like their love for gaming, or let me not say love for gaming for Miyamoto, because Miyamoto's like first passion wasn't gaming; it was like art. Because I believe he originally would be like a manga artist. Like Miyamoto's first love wasn't video games, but still, it's like Sakurai. Sakurai love for gaming grew up from playing Space Invaders, and you know how Sakurai loves giving us history lessons, like with Terry. Like one thing I've always had with the Fighters Pass is I don't like a lot of people a lot of people are going to get mad at me for saying this, but I don't think that Sakurai's telling the truth when he says that Nintendo picked all these characters. Because I sit there and I look at a lot of these freaking characters on this Fighters Pass, and it just makes no sense. I'm like, bro, I generally to this day I do not believe that Nintendo of all the characters out there to pick, the fact that we don't have Crash Bandicoot, a character that is a gaming icon, and Nintendo loves that character to death. The fact that we don't have Crash Bandicoot, but we have freaking Joker from Persona 5, which Persona 5 isn't even on Switch. We have is Persona 5 Strikers, and then we have Persona 5, then we have Persona Q, the Persona Q games. That's all we have of games that Joker is in on the on Nintendo. So I don't think Nintendo first choice for a character in their premier fighting game is going to be freaking Joker. I don't think they would go out their way and pick out anime PlayStation and Gunvoy. I also don't believe that Nintendo picked Terry. I do not believe that freaking mess. I don't think that Nintendo picked Terry Bogard. That is just such a random and just out there bonkers pick. I do not think Nintendo did that mess. So you mean to tell me that Nintendo passed over Crash Bandicoot and Doomslayer? You know Nintendo loves Bethesda. So they passed over Crash Bandicoot and Doomslayer. And the Gen 8 Pokemon, they passed all those characters for freaking Terry and Joker. And I don't believe that. So that's why I believe that Sakurai is picking a lot of these picks. Sure, they probably said something. Sure, Nintendo. I do believe that Nintendo picked like Steve, Banjo. I think Nintendo picked Steve, Banjo, and I honestly do believe they picked Byleth. I do see that happening. And Min Min. I can see them doing Min Min to promote Arms. But nah, it's like I that's why I think Sakurai's picking this. Space Invader is such an important game to Sakurai. And the fact that we have no title, how you pronounce it, title representation in Smash is just so random and odd. Another like reason why I think Space Invaders would be the character is it's iconic. It's like Piranha Plant. Look at Piranha Plant. Everybody knows what a Piranha Plant is. Piranha Plant is iconic. He's classic, but he's such a random and out there character. He's such a Sakurai pick. Piranha Plant is such a Sakurai pick. He's recognizable. He's important to gaming, but you would never guess it. Same thing with Rob. Rob, Duck Hunt, and Mr. Game Watch are all characters that are even though they're not recognizable to every generation, they're important to gaming history. And Space Invader, to anybody that's above the age of 20, is instantly recognizable. A lot of the newer, like the new generation and the newer kids, they may not know what the frick a Space Invader is, which is why I think Sakurai said you may not recognize this character, or it may not be who you're expecting, And that's why I discount. That's why I don't think it's gonna be Crash Bandicoot, even though I want Crash so badly. I want Crash so badly, man. He would be perfect for the gaming celebration of gaming thing, man. I want Mario. I want Mario, Sonic, and Crash. I don't feel like getting my Crash figure out of the room. And Crash to all be in one game. But I don't think it's gonna be Crash Bandicoot because everybody's expecting it. I don't think Sakurai's gonna pick that character. I just don't see Crash happening. All the time when we think we know the character, we end up like not knowing the character. We end up like not knowing the character. In Space Invader, nobody would see it coming. Nobody would guess the Space Invader. Nobody. Nobody. Yeah, it's just I think how would it work? I don't know. You're talking about the guy that got freaking Captain Falcon, Fox McCloud, a Piranha Plant, Duck Hunt. He got all these characters to work in Smash Brothers. He got Steve to work in freaking Smash Brothers. He got Arms character to work in Smash Brothers. He got Solid Snake to work in Smash Brothers. So he can get these characters to work. And not only did Sakurai get one Star Fox character to work, he got three of them to freaking work in Smash Brothers. So he can get them to work. He got Rosalina to work to be a Smash character. I'm not doubting this man. This man could make Space Invader work if he wanted to. I honestly think it's gonna be Space Invader. I genuinely think it's gonna be Space Invader tomorrow. We're gonna get a Master Chief like me costume. We're gonna get freaking a Crash Bandicoot me costume, but it's gonna be like the commercials. I would edit the picture in right now, but this is like I'm really trying to rush. Really trying to get this video out quickly because I'm not gonna have time to do all the editing and stuff that I wanted. Yeah, but that's why I think. And then also look if you look at the Fires Pass. The Fires Pass is Min Min. She's a new age character, 2017. So Min Min's 2017. Steve is 2009. That's a newer age character. Sephiroth is, if I'm correct, 1997. Is it? He's a 90s character. And then you have Pyramithra. That's 2017. Then you have Kazuya. That's 90s. Was it 94? I don't know. Whatever. I'm rambling. But you have Kazuya. But we don't have that super extreme like random. We don't have that retro rep. We don't have the retro wet. I don't think we have. I'm not counting Piranha Plant because he was free if you got the game before January. Not counting Piranha Plant. I don't think. No, yes we do. Like the only like '80s rep, the only like super old school rep that we have, because I think Space Invaders is '70s. But who cares? Who cares? But like the only like really super like old like retro like '80s and earlier character that we have on the Smash like DLC that's not Piranha Plant is freaking Erdrick. Erdrick and I believe also probably Solo. I think who cares? I don't care. But yeah, we could use a retro rep for Space Invader. I think if they add Space Invader in this game, he's gonna look like his old retro. It's gonna look like the old retro self. I don't know who would represent Space Invader. I think the aliens would represent. They're more. It's more iconic. The Space Invader is more. I don't think they would go with the ship as the fighter, or perhaps their fighter could. This ship could be part of the moveset. But I think this character is gonna be so random. It will be like, yo, what the freak? Look, so I think it's gonna be Space Invader. Either that, or they could do something crazy like freaking Goku or something like that. Yeah, but that's my pick, guys. Sorry for rambling. I think it's Space Invader. Then my secondary pick, my main pick is Space Invaders. My secondary pick is Master Chief because he just Master Chief fits what Sakurai's tweeting about like so well. I don't think it's gonna be Crash Bandicoot because Crash Bandicoot is actually one of the few Western characters that is actually popular over in Japan. He's very popular in Japan, which is crazy. And he was very popular in Japan in the '90s also. So I don't think Sakurai would tell the Japanese audience, hey, you may not know who this character is. And no, the Japanese people know who Crash Bandicoot is. I just don't think. I think I think also a lot of the Smash fan base wants Crash Bandicoot so badly, including myself. But I think Sakurai, what he's trying to do with newer Smash games is the reason why a lot of people complain that Sakurai doesn't really pick as many like wacky like platform characters anymore. If we get like a few of them, it would be like Kid K. Rool and Banjo. We get them, but Sakurai doesn't really pick as many wacky like platformer like Scrimlo Bimbo characters anymore. I think because he's trying to extend the reach of Smash Brothers. He's trying to get new fan bases and new audiences into Smash Brothers. So that's why I think he does that. But yeah, I'm totally ready for that Space Invader history lesson from Sakurai, man. Hey, I look for anybody who's never played Space Invader before, man. Check it out, man. It's a dope game. It's great. I love Space Invader. Look, I'm not gonna lie. It's not one of my most wanted characters, but I would pop off for a Space Invader. And like I totally would. I would pop off for a Space Invader. My dream scenario is that tomorrow they announce Crash freaking Bandicoot. They announce Crash Bandicoot, and then they go up there and then they hoodwinked us. So the bonus they go up there, they announce a bonus character, and the bonus character is Gino. That's my dream. Is that I hope we get either Crash Bandicoot or Rayman tomorrow, excuse me, and then the bonus character is Gino. Man, I would cry. I would cry so much. I'm so mad that I have to work tomorrow for this freaking reveal. But I'm gonna try to come home and watch the presentation and not be spoiled. So I'm gonna turn off all my notifications tomorrow. I doubt anybody's gonna watch this video anyways because it's too late at night. It's like around like it's almost 10 right now. But all right, thank you guys. Sorry so much for rambling. And I hope you guys have a nice one.